Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chan. Let's get in part two of the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. Let's go. So Giselle said that she's doing good at being an empty nester. The girls have 4.0s. Everybody's doing good in school. She said she's still dating Nemesis, whatever his name is. That's still going on. She said that the girls do not have a relationship with their father's new wife, and she wished that they did. Okay. So when he got to Ashley, they asked if she was still with Josh. She is kind of with Josh a little bit. She said that, it's not as hot and heavy as it was before. But see, this is the thing. At this point right here, because Ashley is now divorced, but at this point, it was in the makings and it was on the way. So Ashley was like, I'm about to get out in these streets. And what I can't do is get divorced and be tied to somebody. So let me just ease off of this. So that's what she's done. She and Wendy got into a back and forth about how she talked about Josh calling him Jack Harlow, and Wendy said things that she had said about her husband Eddie. They went back and forth, and Andy had to stop them. It was a mess. And Kay lets us know that she and Greg have gone to look for rings. They did separate. She moved. She has a condo that she's paying on, for later, just in case she has to move again. But they are back together. They figured it out. And she was like, he was hesitant for her to be back on this show where she was hurt, right? With the same people. So she said that he is only doing this to support her. And I believe that. So that's going on with her. So then over here on this side of the couch, Stacy has said that she and TJ are not dating anymore, although he is her best friend, right? And she was like, her divorce is final. They were like, what? Before Mia and Ashley, it's over? And she did mention to Wendy about some things that Wendy had said about TJ, because Wendy said she feels like TJ was more into the trainer than into Stacy. And Stacy didn't like that too much. And child, when they asked Mia, was her divorce still going on? And she said yes, it erupted. First of all, Wendy said that's a lie. Then Giselle from across the way said that's a lie. And then Mia's like, what are you talking about? Why would you say it's a lie? Mia did a lot of lying, and we're going to get into it. So somebody had a question about how Mia was dressing. They said that when she, with Gordon, her husband, she was wearing blazers and suits. And then when she got with Ink, she was wearing like Fashion Nova. Kay is over there laughing. And Giselle had snide remarks. But she was like, when I was wearing suits, I was working. And then she was like, as far as Fashion Nova goes, then Giselle was like, you work for Fashion Nova. And then Andy was like, do they pay you? She said, yes, very well. Giselle, you need a campaign from Fashion Nova. You need them to call you and put some looks together. You are the last person. You and Ashley are the last person to say anything about any article of clothing that's on someone's body. You need the help. Before I get started with Mia, let me just say Jacqueline's face told us that Mia was lying the entire time, because every time one of the ladies brought something up, her face was like confirmation. Like when Giselle said something about her living in Atlanta, or she hasn't broken up with Ink, it was the lighting up. Like her face told everything. Now let's get into it. Mia messed up this season. She really messed up. The first thing, Wendy was kind of on her side, because when they asked the ladies what did they think about Ink, Wendy was like, he's a really nice, respectable person. And why did they break up? She said it's kind of hard when you first come into this and you don't know what it is, how people talk about other people. And when he saw it and he saw how people were referring to him, it was just too much. Plus he has a career on radio and you don't want that on you. So she was like, that's why they're not together. Giselle and Ashley do not believe that they're broken up. They do not believe that. And they don't believe that she's getting a divorce from Gordon. Then when they asked about the kids, like Jeremiah, I thought it was so wrong for her to have that conversation on camera. She said that was like the first time they had the conversation. They were supposed to go to a counselor. That didn't work out. And they talked about how she said that he's only 9, so they're not allowed to look at the internet. But he has friends who has parents, but she has her children homeschooled, so maybe not. Then Giselle said that Mia lives in Atlanta. She doesn't even live in the DMV, right? She was like, that's a lie. I have a condo here. And she told us, and G lives down the hall, so I don't know where Giselle got that from. But Giselle said that she was flying in. She heard somebody in the back of a plane. Like, I don't know how she had come to that, but she said that she's lying about all of that. Let me ask y'all something. Have y'all ever been around somebody or just witnessed somebody just lying, right? And then you're like, oh, okay, they got out of that one. But then the lies start to build up as the conversation kept going. And then you kind of get to the point where you kind of feel bad for them because they're sinking and everybody sees that they're sinking. That's how I felt about Mia. I really wanted to get her out of there, especially when it came to that IVF conversation. In this moment right here, when Andy was telling her that it seems like she's sinking, right? And to give herself some grace, that was his way of saying, I see what you're doing. You're not winning. It's okay. Just tell the truth. That's what I got from it. But no, she did not do that. When Wendy asked Mia, didn't you have your son by IVF? And she said yes. And then she said, but I didn't know if I was pregnant before they implanted IVF. Y'all, now you know that they would have given her a pregnancy test. Probably, like Ashley said, a blood pregnancy test to be sure that they're not implanting babies when you already have a baby there. Mia, that doesn't even sound right. You knew that was Gordon's baby. So now I have to go with the girls when Ashley and Wendy say that you did all of this crazy stuff for a storyline. That backfired on you. Because now you done broke up with the love of your life because he's embarrassed the way he's looking out here in the streets. Now you got to grovel back to Gordon and make it look like, oh, I'm with my husband and my family. I just want to keep them intact. That's not what you even want to do. You want to be with Ink. So I believe Giselle when she says, y'all not broken up. I believe you over there dibbling and dabbling. Because we all know that Gordon gave you a pass because he could not keep it up for a young buck. So girl, stop it. And then this happened. So at this moment, the reason that she's leaving is because Giselle, and as much as I hate to say it, but I agree with Giselle 100%. You put your kids out there. You put Gordon out there, his illness. You put Ink out there, his job. You know what I'm saying? And the reason she got up and left is because Giselle called her a bad mother at least 5 times. She called her that at least 5 times, and she couldn't take it anymore, so she left. But I'm ready for this to be over. But let's look at this real quick. Baby, when Greg and Eddie called TJ, and TJ said that, I hope everything is good with him because he's in LA and he was moving because of the fires. And he said he wasn't coming to this fake A show with these fake A people. And then they blurred out what else he was saying. Like, I can't wait to see that next week. That is going to be the silver lining for me, and grateful that it's the last episode. So y'all tell me what y'all thought about this if you watched it. Tell me what you think about Mia. Tell me what you think about Giselle. I thought Wendy was great. Let's talk about it. It's your girl Millie Chan. Bye, y'all.